Good evening, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 20 minutes to 6 o'clock. Day 2 just over. The bumper goes in with the evergreen John Kiley trained A Dream to Share, ridden by an 18-year-old still going to school. I seen that winning in Roscommon last June. Little did I think that went off 2-9 favourite, I think. Little did I think that it'll win the Cheltenham bumper, but so it has. It was a rough finish to it. We were on It's For Me. It was left with a lot to do. I know it was, I don't know, it finished 5th, I think, but you were paying 4. And when you're doing each way bet, it's a pity that they don't make a better effort. But anyway, not great luck for me today. Jerry Colomb done me out of double with Delta Work. We're waiting on Shiskin tomorrow for the hot pot of Cume. I was paying about 9-1. The Stig had his nap going into the day again in Pertemps Passe, and his nap yesterday went in. It was Honeysuckle. His nap tomorrow was supposed to be Ash Road Diamond, but that's not running, so replacing it with Mighty Potter, and his next best is So Scottish. And his nap of the meeting was Delta Work, and that won today, so he's doing okay, and he has money in the wheelbarrow, he was telling me. He's actually going to Cheltenham. He's on his way now, I think. There was great stories today all together, and some great results. Impere Pass was won the first race. And then great story with a small trainer, the Real Whacker, winning the second race, hanging on by a thread. Difference probably was in jockeys. Twisted Davis gave it a great ride altogether. Energamine was absolutely super altogether. Brilliant. And Mascada, a horse that I backed in Fairy House the day it fell, which is all over a winner. And I think the Stig notebooked it the following week. I didn't back it today. I just thought that it wasn't, I don't know, one of those things. You can't be sticking with them, all of the bus horses, but maybe someone out there might have stuck it in. The bets are Rachel Duncan had a tenner each way on Langer Dan. So there's a 140. I got 10-1 the other day on that. So she has 140 quid, 140 euro coming back. And Michael McCarthy has 66.50. And Peter Wood has Marie Nationale up, and he's waiting on appreciation. He had 2 losers in his Lucky 15 bad and Goodland. And you have an on-runner Marine, Tom Kelly. He has 2 up in his tenor Trixie. He has an Ergamine and the Real Whacker. So he's waiting on Mighty Potter tomorrow for 748.37. And you have a non-runner Asterian for lunch. So you pick another one, Tom, and send it on to me. There was a couple of unlucky ones, but anyway, on to tomorrow. I can't show videos this evening. There was a problem with a couple of them yesterday evening. I had to re-edit the videos. I don't know why, but I have a funeral to go to, and I can't be waiting around, and it's teeming rain outside, so I'll have to go and try and get near. Tomorrow, hopefully, we will turn the corner. The Turners is the first race tomorrow. There's 9 declared. 3 favourites in the last 10 years. 7 of the last 10 winners were Irish trained. And 7 of the last 10 winners were 7-year-olds. 3 out of the last 12 were 6-year-olds. There's only 1 8-year-old. Appreciated is a 9-year-old. Mighty Potter is rated 162. It has been a great servant to the bus the last few months, and if this was a handicap, it would be given £10 to Appreciated and Banbridge and £11 to James de Burley. Be given £10 to Stage Star. So it is all the boxes ticked. All it has to do now is go and jump well, and with a bit of luck, win. That is, you know how much we have followed that horse the last few months. So it's a classic bus horse. So let's hope it can do the business tomorrow in the first race. In the 2:10, the Pertemps, 24 declared. 2 favourites in the last 10 years. There was a 25-1 last year. It's 6-4 to Ireland in the last 10 years. Last April, the 27th of April, in fact, Thanks for the Help, ran in Punchestown. I tipped it up. It was the JP, the Martinstown Opportunity handicap hurl. It was brought over from England for it, but it finished third, and it was well gambled on that day. I think it went off 7-2 favourite. I backed him St. Stephen's Day this year, but I didn't back him the last day. Then when he stepped up and trip and he hosed up. No qualifier has ever won this race. It used to have to be in the top 6. Now we have to be in the top 4. I picked. We have it in the Each Way Lucky 15. Saladore Ziggy. I showed the video the other night. It was brought over. It only went up £2 for that, or was it £4 for that? That's my each way selection in that race tomorrow. Gordon Elliott has won it 3 out of the last 5 years. He won it twice, once with a top weight before. He has Maxim as well, but that went up £18 for winning in Leopardstown. But then it got into trouble, and it wasn't off too much the last time it ran in a big race that Percival Legalwa won. But Shiskin then is in the Ryanair. It was won the last 2 years by Allaho. Willie has won it the last 3 years. If Shiskin runs to its potential and what it's capable of, and to land our hot pot of Cume, let's hope it does so. It's streets ahead on the rated 174. That wind surgery that it had, it must have done the trick. So hopefully he can win tomorrow. It's 5-6 in a lot of places now, so he'll probably be enhanced as well tomorrow. Evens and maybe a bit with it. The 3:30 is the Stairs Hurl, the Grade 1 race of the day. 11 declared. Floating Porter's going for 3 in a row. We were on board the last couple of years on him. He has had not a straightforward preparation, and the same applies to Blazing Cal. He was a iffy sort of a horse. Was he going to run or was he not? I came down on Teahupo. It's a 6-year-old. It stepped up and tripped the last day, and it was mightily impressive. That was the day I was in Gordon Park. Came from France, but the farthest I had run was 2 miles 3.5 in when it bet Classical Dream, but it really showed a great stride, I thought, the last day altogether, and that's my selection in the race. It was 4-1 earlier, I believe. The Cleve Hurdle is the normally a very good prep race for this, and it was won. Paisley Park won the Cleve Hurdle in 2019, 20 and 22, and Big Bucks won it, and English Drever won it a couple of times, and Tidal Bay, and they all were with their Stairs Hurls winners. And that goal Tweet, even though he's France or French bred, if you look back at some of his videos, he travels brilliantly through his races. I think he'd be worth an each way selection. But he travelled brilliantly the last year, and he picked up and he ran very well up the hill. And if you look back at some of his races in France, he ran very well. He's no forlorn hope in it, but I think Teahupo is more class. But there's bookies paying 4 places, aren't they? Yeah. If you could get 4 places, gold tweet, even though he's not that far out of the ratings either. In the 410, it's the plate. '26 declared. Cool Cody won it last year, 22-1. He's a sort of a course specialist. 3 favourites in the last 10 years. 6 of the last 10 have been trained in the UK. The favourite on the gamble on favourite on the last few weeks is So Scottish, bought by JP. See what he did today. He had the first and second in the bumper. I thought that Il Ridoto, it won for us the last day. It went up £10. But if you look back at it, it's still only a 6-year-old. And when it came from France, it ran in a grade 1, and it was running in up against good horses, very young in its career. And it got a lighter campaign towards last year, and it came back, I thought, a better horse this year, and gave a good jumping exhibition the last day out in front with Harry Cobden. On to the 650, the mayor's race. This was my nap of the meeting. I was going to announce it, but it's not going to be with Ashrow Diamond. But we have a bus horse in its place, lots of joy. Lucia is the favourite, all right, but I think we have a chance. We're going to back this, or I am anyway, we're going to back it each way. We first backed this in the Irish Cesarovich when it was third to Waterville last September. And then it was a beaten odds on shot in the first time, but it didn't settle, and it didn't in Cork in November. But the horse that had beat it, I know the way you're thinking, is no slouch. And then it was second to Deep Cave. But even though it was the 1-7 the last day, it really seemed to get his act together and jump and settle well. And I think that's our each way bet in that race tomorrow. And it's called after Jack de Bromhead. So Henry, and he's flying, he's a couple of winners in. I mentioned when that horse won Magical Zoe, I said it could rock up in this race. So that would probably be trained specially for this race. So might include that in an each way lucky 15 or something. On to the final race tomorrow is the Kim Muir, won last year by Chambard. A horse that I like in it is Angel's Dawn. This won for us as well in Down Royal, the 24th of January. And it was going really well the day we backed Cocoa Beach in Punchestown. And he just made a bit of a boo-boo 3 out. It would be a close thing now, would we have collected on Cocoa Beach, because we had a decent price on it. But it's lightly raced, and it's only £3 higher in England than it is in Ireland. It's carrying 11 stone. Oh, 11 stone 3. 11 stone. The talking horse and the big gamble on in the last few weeks is Stumptown. But I'm prepared to take it on with Angel's Dawn. So that's me. No videos tonight. Sorry about that. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be more prepared. So bash the bookies, over and out.